Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope that you are having a great December. It is very close to Christmas time, and in this video today I am going to be creating and decorating, and I wanted to include you in that. So I decided to make some ornaments and another decoration for Christmas, and so why not put it on my Longmill and have it create something beautiful for me. So I will have a link to the SVGs in the description that I used for this. They are not my design, but I did buy them off of Etsy, so if you are interested, I will leave that there for you, okay? So we are doing a V-carve for this. I do a V-carve a lot. I really like the V-carves, so especially for what I do it for. This is going to be an epoxy inlay, and I get 10 ornaments out of this piece of walnut, as well as another little piece. It's not really little, it's quite big actually. But anyways, so the clearance tools that I'm using here are a 1/4 inch end mill, an 1/8 inch end mill, and a 1/16 inch end mill. And then I use a 30-degree V-bit for, you know, the finishing touches for the V-carve. I use that 1/4 inch end mill for my profile toolpath, which is where it cuts it out. It did not cut it out all the way this time. We are going to build a new table. The table is great. It's a little too big. We just need more space. But we definitely think we need a new spoil board. So it did not cut them out all the way, and so we had to do some sanding on it to try to get through the pieces that were left. I do add tabs to all of my pieces that are being cut out. Just I try to be as safe as possible, so I clamp them, I add the tabs, all those things, just to make sure that I'm not messing up my Longmill or breaking a bit or messing up the piece altogether, right? Because if it moved at any point, it could completely mess up what I have created, and so I don't want that to happen. But anyways, when we were sanding the back of it, it left these cute little dust piles of nativity scene, right? And it was because we were sanding the back of those ornaments, and I thought that I would share that, which is why it was at the beginning of the video. I just thought it was really cute. If any of you are in, you know, the market for a CNC desktop machine, I really would recommend looking into CNC Labs and look at their Longmill. The one we have is the 30 by 30. At the time it was the biggest you could get, but they do have a bigger one now. So if you're interested, I will leave the link below for CNC Labs, and you can go and click on that, and they have all of their information. You can go and find out all about the Longmill from them. It really is a great machine, and I am so happy that I have it. It has made creating so much more fun than it ever was. So thank you, CNC Labs, and yeah, there you go. So I believe this piece of walnut was 24 by 10 or 24 by 10 and a half, I can't remember, but I was able to get all 10 ornaments and that other piece with the elk, and it turns out absolutely stunning. I'm very happy with it. I tried to use up as much of that walnut as I could, so I wasn't wasting any of it, because it's beautiful and the wood is expensive, right? So I wanted to use up as much as I could, and plus I already had the idea of what I wanted for decorating my living room, and I'm very happy with how it turned out, and so I hope you love it just as much. Alright, here we are putting some epoxy inside the ornaments. Look how beautiful it cut it out, and then I'm just like piling a bunch of epoxy in there. Once it's sanded though, it looks absolutely stunning. Right now it just looks like a sparkly mess. So my husband is filming this for me. I typically try to do as much as I can by myself. I don't get as great of videos when I'm doing it by myself, and so I really appreciate that he will take the time to help me film, and he does a great job, so that makes me happy. I am so happy that this design ended up in this part of this wood. It turned out so perfect. Look how beautiful that is. It was like the perfect placement. I love it so much. And I love how the clear coat brings out all the glittery goodness of that epoxy. Those blues are I used 2 different blue additives to the epoxy, and it turned out really pretty. Here I am putting together some little pieces that I bought from Hobby Lobby. I'm just using some floral wire, and I'm just gonna wrap them real tight and get them as secure as possible. So I did 2 for each little area, for each little piece. So I've got 2 that I'm wrapping together right there, and just to make it a little thicker and also add some length to them, because they were kind of short, but that's how they are, right? And I didn't want to permanently put them together because I would like to change it up from year to year, and I don't want to have to just continuously be buying Christmas decor every year. I would like to be able to just take it apart and do something a little different with it next year. So that's my plan. If I don't end up doing the same thing, then I will figure out something else to do with these, and I would like to just take them apart and do something fun with them. Here I am putting the pieces together, like it's gonna kind of like be like a plus sign by the time I'm done, but it will look like one solid piece. It was a little tricky trying to get around and keep it on video because I didn't have another person there filming me. I just had it on a tripod, so I'm sorry that parts of this are not in frame, but it was a little tricky. So hopefully you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. I didn't want to leave it out even though you can't really see the majority of it, or at least parts of it. But I wanted you to get the idea of what I was doing so that way if you wanted to recreate this, you could. I wasn't quite confident that it was secure enough, so I added extra wire. I think it definitely didn't hurt. I don't know if it would have mattered because I did wrap a lot of wire around this thing, so oh man. And then on to the next one. I'm just going to put those two together as well. It's pretty much the same process as the one before. It's a little tricky. Don't poke yourself with the little wire. I cut my finger with that wire whenever I was doing my ornaments. And yeah, it's those little wires are pretty sharp, the floral wire. Of course, the floral wire I used for the ornaments was different, but they're still just as sharp. So just be careful when you do get it wrapped in there. Make sure it's not poking out where it'll get you whenever you're trying to hang the piece. Just try to tuck it in as well as you can and keep it from stabbing you. So here's where I was talking about it's kind of like a plus sign. I just kind of put them together in the shape of what a plus sign would be. I'm not sure what this is called, but I thought it was cute, so I decided to make one. I don't know if you've noticed how expensive these like different floral things can be in the store, but they're crazy expensive. And so Hobby Lobby was having their 60% off or whatever, and so I went and I bought some stuff what was it, the day after Thanksgiving, Anyways, I bought some stuff to be able to make all of these things rather than spending, you know, $60 to $100 trying to find something similar to what I was making. So save some money, maybe a little bit. So here I'm cutting up some little pieces of that floral wire, and I'm going to use it to make sure that the piece is really secure. So I'm taking a branch from each one of those little pieces, and I'm attaching the wire to those after I twist them a little bit, and just making sure it's really secure and held together well. I don't want the thing to fall apart after I get it all up, hung up on the mantle, and I don't want it to look I don't want it to look half put together, you know? So I do that on all four of those little areas, just making sure that they're really connected well, and I'm really, really glad I did. It makes me feel just a little bit better about it. Alright, did a little shake test and it held together great. Now I'm just fluffing it to make it look nice and pretty. I wanted it to look like one cohesive piece, and I think I did. I think it turned out really nice. And there's my mess of wires. Now just putting some stuff on the back to be able to hang the piece, and putting together my cute little ornament. I used some paddle wire, or floral paddle wire, that I got from Michael's, and created a little piece to be able to put my twine on so it'll hang properly. I think it turned out really cute. That's the wire that cut me, by the way. Be careful with that stuff, it's sharp. Now I put two different wires on here. I put the wall hanging wire. I think it holds up to 10 pounds or something like that. And the reason why I put two on there is because whenever I'm done with it after Christmas, I'm not actually going to be done with it. I can just hang it up on the wall. But the wire that I use to hang it on my mantle is that floral wire. So I don't want the floral wire on there after I'm done, so yeah. So I'll just remove one of the wires and keep the wire that, you know, can make it hang on a wall, if that makes any sense. Alright, here we go with the cute little ornament. So I have 8 of my ornaments on my actual Christmas tree, and then I have 2 little trees next to my fireplace. And I put an ornament on each one of those, and I think they turned out so pretty. I'm so in love with these little ornaments. They are so precious. And here you go. Here was my idea. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I wanted to at least try, and so it's all done now, and it's looking nice and pretty. Look at that. So pretty. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments down below. Otherwise, just have a Merry Christmas.